Components of food. In chapter 1, we made list of the food items that we eat. We also identified food items eaten in different parts of India and marked these on its map. A meal could consist of chapati, dal and brinjal curry. Another may be rice, sambar and a vegetable preparation of lady's finger, bhindi. Yet another meal could be appam, fish curry and vegetables. Activity 1. Do this. Our meals usually have at least one item made of some kind of grain. Other items could be a dal or a dish of meat and vegetables. It may also include items like curd, butter, milk and pickles. Some examples of meals from different regions are given in table. Select food items you depicted on the map in chapter 1 and add some more meals to this list and enter this in table. Sometimes we may not really have all this variety in our meals. If we are traveling, we may eat whatever is available on the way. It may not be possible for some of us to eat such a variety of items most of the time. There must be some reason, though, why meals usually consist of such a distribution. Do you think that our body needs different kinds of food for some special purpose? Two point one. What do different food items contain? We know that each dish is usually made up of one or more ingredients which we get from plants or animals. This table some common meals of different regions or states. Region or state, item of grain, item of dal or meat, vegetables, others. Punjab, makki, corn, roti, rajma, kidney beans, sarson saag, mustard leaf curry, curd, ghee. Andhra Pradesh, rice, tur dal and rasam, charu, kunduru, dondakai, buttermilk, ghee, pickle, avarkai. Ingredients contain some components that are needed by our body. These components are called nutrients. The major nutrients in our food are named carbohydrate, proteins, fat, vitamins, and minerals. In addition, food contains dietary fibers and water which are also needed by our body. Do all foods contain all these nutrients? With some simple methods, we can test whether cooked food or a raw ingredients contains one or more of these nutrients. The test for presence of carbohydrates, proteins and fats are simpler to do as compared to the test for other nutrients. Let us do this test and record all our observations in table. For carrying out this test, you will need solution of iodine, copper, sulphate and caustic soda. You will also need a few test tubes and a dropper. Try this test on cooked food items as well as raw materials. Table shows you a way to record the observation from this test. Some food items are given in this table. You can conduct the tests either with this or any other available food items. Do this test carefully and do not try to eat or test any chemicals. If the required solution are not available in ready-made form, your teacher can prepare them as given in the box. Let us begin by testing different foods items to see if they contain carbohydrates. There are many types of carbohydrates. The main carbohydrates found in our food are in a dilute solution of iodine can be prepared by adding a few drops of tincture iodine to a test tube half filled with water. Copper sulfate solution can be prepared by dissolving 2 grams g of copper sulfate in 100 ml of water. 10 gram of caustic soda dissolved in 100 ml of water makes the required solution of caustic soda. The form of starch and sugars we can easily test if a food item contains starch. Activity 2. Test for starch. Take a small quantity of a food item or a raw ingredient. Put 2 to 3 drops of dilute iodine solution on it. Figure. Observe if there is any change in the color of the food item. Did it turn blue-black? Testing for starch. A blue-black color indicates that it contains starch. Repeat this test with other food items to find out which of these contains starch. Enter all your observation in table. Test for protein. Take a small quantity of a food item for testing. If the food you want to test is a solid, you first need to make a paste of it or powder it. Grind or mash a small quantity of the food item. Put some of this in a clean test tube. Add 10 drops of water to it and shake the test tube. Now using a dropper, add 2 drops of solution of copper sulfate and 10 drops of solution of caustic soda to the testing for protein. Test tube figure. Shake well and let the test tube stand for a few minutes. What do you see? Did the contents of test tube turn violet? A violet color indicates presence of proteins in the food item. Now you can repeat this test on other food items. Table. Nutrients present in some food items. Food item: starch present, protein present, fat present. Raw potato? Yes. Milk? Yes. Groundnut? Yes. Undercooked powdered rice, cooked rice, dry coconut, uncooked tur dal powdered, cooked dal, a slice of any vegetable, a slice of any fruit, boiled egg, white portion. Do this and comment this. Test for fats. Take a small quantity of a food item, wrap it in a piece of paper and crush it. Take care that the paper does not tear. Now straighten the paper and observe it carefully. Does it have an oily patch? Hold the paper against light. Are you able to see the light faintly through this patch? An oily patch on paper shows that the food item contains fat. The food items may sometimes contain a little water. Therefore, after you have rubbed an item on paper, let the paper dry for a while. If there were any water that may have come from food, it would dry up after some time. If no oily patch shows up after this, the food items does not contain any fat. What do these tests show? Are fats, protein and starch present in all the food items that you tested? Does a food item contains more than one nutrient? Do you find any food items that does not contain any of these nutrients? We tested food items for 3 nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins and fats. There are also other nutrients like vitamins and minerals that are present in different food items. Why do we need all these nutrients? 2.2. What do various nutrients do for our body? Carbohydrates mainly provide energy to our body. Fats also give us energy. In fact, fats give much more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrates. Foods containing fats and carbohydrates are also called energy-giving foods. figure and figure. Proteins are needed for the growth and repair of our body. Foods. Some sources of carbohydrates. Sweet potato, sugarcane, papaya, melon, mango, maize, bajra, rice, wheat. Nuts, till, groundnuts. A. B. Meat, fish, eggs. Some sources of fats. A. Plant sources and B. Animal sources. Gram, moong, tur dal, beans, soybean, peas. A. Meat, fish, paneer, eggs. B. Figure. Some sources of proteins. A. Plant sources and B. Animal sources. Proteins are often called bodybuilding foods. Vitamins help in protecting our body against disease. Vitamins also help in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth, and gums healthy. Vitamins are of different kinds known by different names. Some of these are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K. There is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Our body needs all types of vitamins in a small quantity. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy. Vitamin C helps body to fight against many diseases. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Foods that are rich in different vitamins are shown in figure to figure. Minerals are needed by our body in small amounts. Each one is essential. Papaya, carrot, mango. Some sources of vitamin A. Wheat, rice, liver. Some sources of vitamin B. Orange, tomato, guava, green chili, lemon, amla. Some sources of vitamin C. Fish, liver, egg. Some sources of vitamin D. Our body also prepares vitamin D in the presence of sunlight. Nowadays, insufficient exposure to sunlight is causing vitamin D deficiency in many people. For proper growth of body and to maintain good health, some sources of different minerals are shown in figure. Most food items usually have more than one nutrient. You may have noticed this while recording your observation in table. However, in a given raw materials, one particular nutrient may be present in much larger quantity than in others. For example, rich has more carbohydrates than other nutrients. Thus, we say that rice is a carbohydrate-rich source of food. Besides these nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers are also known as roughage. Roughage is mainly provided by plant products in our food. Whole grains and pulse, potatoes, fresh fruits, and vegetables are main source of roughage. Roughage does not provide any nutrient to our body, but is an essential component of our food and adds to its bulk. This helps our body get rid of undigested food. Some sources of iodine, ginger. Some sources of phosphorus. Some sources of iron. Some sources of calcium. Figure sources of some minerals. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It also helps in throwing out some wastes from body as urine and sweat. Normally, we get most of the water that our body needs from the liquids we drink, such as water, milk, and tea. In addition, we add water to most cooked foods. Let's see if there is any other sources which provides water to our body. Activity 3. Do this. Take a tomato or a fruit like lemon, cut it into small pieces. Do your hands get wet while doing so? Carefully observe whenever vegetables and fruits are being cut, peeled, grated, or mashed at your home. Do you find any fresh vegetables or fruits that do not contain some amount of water? We see that many food materials themselves contain water. To some extent, our body needs are met by this water. Apart from this, we also add water while cooking many food items. 2.3 Balanced diet. The food we normally eat in a day is our diet for growth and maintenance of good health. Our diet should have all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities, not too much of one and not too little of the other. The diet should also contain a good amount of roughage and water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. Do you think that people of all ages need the same type of diet? Do you also think that what we need for a balanced diet would depend on the amount of physical work that we do? Prepare a chart of whatever you eat over a period of a week. Check whether all the nutrients mentioned are present in one or the other food item being eaten within a day or so. Pulses, groundnut, soybean, sprouted seeds, moong and Bengal gram, fermented food, South Indian foods such as idlis, a combination of flours, missi roti, thepla, made from cereals and pulses, banana, spinach, sattu, jaggery, available vegetables and other such foods provide many nutrients. Therefore, one can eat a balanced diet without expensive food materials. Eating the right kinds of food is not enough. It should also be cooked. Paheli wonders whether animal food also consists of these different components and do they also need a balanced diet properly so that its nutrients are not lost. Are you aware that some nutrients get lost in the process of cooking and preparation? If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, it may result in the loss of some vitamins. The skins of many vegetables and fruits contain vitamins and minerals. Similarly, repeated washing of rice and pulses may remove some vitamins and minerals present in them. We all know that cooking improves the taste of foods and makes it easier to digest. At the same time, cooking also results in the loss of certain nutrients. Many useful proteins and considerable amounts of minerals are lost if excess water is used during cooking and is then thrown away. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. Would it not be sensible to include some fruits and raw vegetables in our diet? Bojo thought that fats would be the best foods to eat all the time. A calorie bowl of fat will give much more energy than a calorie of carbohydrate-rich food, is not it? So he ate nothing but food rich in fats. Fried food like samosa and puri, snacks, malai, rabri, and pera sweets. Do you think he was right? No, of course not. It can be very harmful for us to eat too much of fat-rich foods, and we may end up suffering from a condition called obesity. 2.4 Deficiency diseases. A person may be getting enough food to eat, but sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrients. If this continues over a long period of time, the person may suffer from its deficiency. Deficiency of one or more nutrients can cause disease or disorder in our body. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period are called deficiency diseases. If a person does not get enough proteins in his or her food for a long time, he or she is likely to have stunted growth, swelling of face, discoloration of hair, skin diseases, and diarrhea. If the diet is deficient in both carbohydrates and protein for a long period of time, the growth may stop completely. Such a person becomes very lean and thin, so weak that he or she may not even be able to move. Deficiency of different vitamins and minerals may also result in certain diseases or disorders. Some of these are mentioned in table. All deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking a balanced diet. In this chapter, we asked ourselves the reason why widely varying food from different regions had a common. Table: some diseases or disorders caused by deficiency of vitamins and minerals. Vitamin or mineral deficiency disease or disorder. Symptoms: Vitamin A, loss of vision, poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, night, sometimes complete loss of vision. Vitamin B1, beriberi, weak muscle and very little energy to work. Vitamin C, scurvy, bleeding gums, wounds take a longer time to heal. Vitamin D, rickets, bones become soft and bent. Calcium, bone and tooth decay, weak bones to decay. Iodine, goiter, glands in the neck appear swollen, mental disability in children. Iron, anemia, weakness. Distribution: this distribution we find ensures that our meals have a balance of the different nutrients needed by the body. Keywords: balanced diet, beriberi, carbohydrates, energy, fats, minerals, nutrients, proteins, roughage, scurvy, starch, vitamins. Summary: the major nutrients in our food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. In addition, food also contains dietary fibers and water. Carbohydrates and fats mainly provide energy to our body. Proteins and minerals are needed for the growth and the maintenance of our body. Vitamins help in protecting our body against diseases. Balanced diet provides all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities, along with adequate amount of roughage and water. Deficiency of one or more nutrients in our food for a long time may cause certain disease or disorders. Exercises: do this and comment this. Suggest projects and activities. 1. Prepare a diet chart to provide balanced diet to a 12-year-old child. The diet chart should include food items which are not expensive and are commonly available in your area. 2. We have learned that excess intake of fats is harmful for the body. What about other nutrients? Would it be harmful for the body to take too much of proteins or vitamins in the diet? Read about diet-related problems to find answers to these questions and have a class discussions on this topic. 3. Test the food usually eaten by cattle or a pet to find out which nutrients are present in animal food. Compare results obtained from the whole class to conclude about balanced diet requirement for different animals.